Yo, what is going on, guys? DJREX here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new coaching video. We are going to be taking a look at this replay from Fufu. If you guys don't know, I'm a Masters player in all roles, and I want to make these videos to help coach people. So we're looking at the newly buffed Junker Queen from Fufu. He said started playing tank to be a good overall player, so he's a Platinum 1 tank, so this is a Plat game. But he's a Masters DPS and Diamond support, so he's a little higher on the different roles. I think he just wanted to round out his playstyle and learn the game fully by playing tank. He says been playing a lot of Doom and Junker Queen recently after her buff. Yes, the buff. A lot of people have played Junker Queen after the buff. Everybody's playing Junker Queen. He said went from dominating to losing a 99-0 point and then losing 1-2. And he says he played well this game. I mean, it might just be his team. So we're gonna take a look at this replay here and see if he could have done anything differently, because he kind of got reverse sweeped this game. And yeah, let's just get into this. So with Junker Queen, you want to look at the comp that you have. So you do have a Lucio. Lucio is super strong with Junker Queen. Junker Queen, you're looking to do one thing. You're looking to shout and get a kill on their backline and get out while the shout is still active. So let's just get this replay going here. So one thing you want to note as Junker Queen is who they're running. Okay, so obviously be aware that you could have taken the teleporter there. Lucio also should be speed boosting you. He should amp there so you can get the point first. So you have Sim. So right off the bat, this is your team. You have Sim and Lucio, and it looks like they beat you to point here. So let's round this corner. They beat you to point when you have Sim and Lucio. This just shouldn't happen. You should have taken Sim TP and then Lucio should have beated. So there was like a few mistakes going on here, honestly, right off the bat. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see how you do. So one other thing with Junker Queen, when you're leaving spawn, sometimes I use shout, like if I need to get back to the fight that's happening. But I normally don't use shout out of spawn initially because it has a super long cooldown. Because you shout, you have 5 seconds to shout, and then a long, like 14-second cooldown begins. So it's kind of like a long time before you get your second shout. And if you use it out of spawn, you might not always have it when you need it right away. So they're running Rein, Lucio, Genji. Okay, so good blade off the start. Rein is weak somehow. You finish him. This is good. So like I said, you're either looking to get in their backline using shout and get an axe off and try to confirm a kill, or you're looking to get a knife and pull somebody into your enemy. And you should be making callouts with Junker Queen, especially with the Lucio on your comp, because he can speed boost you into the backline and then you can shout out, so it gives you more power. And Lucio with Junker Queen is just super strong, so you should be just trying to communicate with him when you want to go in. And when he has speed boost and such. So their Ryan is getting like no help, so you're just going to kill him. This is Plat, so I expect to see some plays like that. They're running Moira Lucio, so they're not going to have crazy heals. And this is also a very easy comp to play against as Junker Queen. With Ryan, you just want to get in his face. And they don't have an Ana or Zen, so they really have nothing to stop you from getting into his face. I mean, this Ryan is just getting melted. I mean, he has no help. So you're building ult. Also, another thing with Junker Queen, you build ult like so fast. Like insanely fast. And with the new buffs, if you hit quite a few people as Junker Queen, then you'll have a lot of health regen. So I honestly use Junker Queen ult very often just because you get it so often. I honestly think they should nerf how often you get it if they're going to keep the changes they made. So this Lucio is troll. You kind of lose him there. That's fine. I would look for an ult like around here. They have no Kiriko to cleanse it as well. Like, you're golden. They are playing a really bad comp. Good ult. Good ult. They're playing a really bad comp against Junker Queen right now. That was a solid ult, solid play. So everything is going well right now. This is, I assume, the point you're dominating. You know, you're kind of just bullying the Rhine. You almost don't even have to play the fundamentals of Junker Queen, what I'm saying right now, just because you're really just destroying them. I mean, your team is just doing so much damage to their tank. He's easy to diff. And yep, this is exactly what you should be doing as Rhine, getting behind his shield, getting in his face with shout. He dies to the bleed. Nice. So I assume you might lose this fight. It's looking rough. You're not really getting... I think your main healer's dead. Lucio gets caught up by Blade. Alright, so that's fine. You got it to 99. You forced Blade out. I wish I could hit tab and see the team's status on ults and stuff, but that is unfortunately not a feature in spectate mode. Oh, you switched Doom, actually. Okay. So, let's see. That's fine. You guys really don't have to contest here. Like, it's 99. You just really need to win one fight. Okay. Let's rewind what just happened. So, few things here on the Doom. So, you come up here, which is fine. You slam in. I don't know, this might just be a mechanic thing. You don't want to look at the ground when you slam in. You want to look at your target as if you're going to shoot them. So right now, you should either be looking left or right. This is fine. This is just a mechanic thing. Punch the Rhine, that's fine. And you don't have punch again here, so you can't cancel the charge. And you're kind of isolated from your team now. A lot of the time, as Doom, if you guys both end up on the ground, it's kind of rough because Ryan just has more health, so he'll normally win if you end up on the ground. This is fine. I think just play it a little bit hectic to try to get back to point. Let's see how the rest goes. I mean, Genji falls off the map somehow. Your soldier picks up a kill. Your Moira gets diffed. He tack visors, which I doubt will get any value because Ryan is there. They're probably going to clean him up with this Moira ult. And you switch back to Junker Queen. You went to Doom just to contest. I get it. This is for sure just back out. You don't want to take this fight. You don't want them to force your shout. You really just don't have support here. Somehow the Rhine is still dying. I mean, that's crazy. He's just getting no help. And you're turning it. So the reason I said get out there is because realistically, if this was a higher rank, your Lucio falls off the map. This is crazy. Realistically, if this is a higher rank, they'd probably kill you there. If the Rhine got like any help whatsoever, I feel like he's probably raging at support. This is all good. I mean, Rhine just feeding. And it looks like you're going to take this first round. You're playing solid so far. I like it. I feel like if they switch support comps, you're going to be screwed. I mean, they've had terrible support comps. They've just had terrible support comps. Moira Lucio is just not really going to help a Rhine that much, and they have nothing to really shut you down. They need an Ana or Zen, or even a Kiri realistically, so they can cleanse your ult. But anyway, good round. Let's go to the next one. So the speed boost out of spawn is solid. Alright, you do use shout, and this is what I'm talking about. So you have those 5 seconds, and now you have a 14-second cooldown where you can't use shout first fight. So you're here if things get sticky. That's why I normally don't shout out of spawn first fight. Clean up wrong. If they switch up their heal, they have a Reaper now. That might hurt you a little bit, but it won't be that bad. Because Junker Queen's hitbox isn't huge. Their heal comp is just not what they need for their comp. Mercy doesn't have a good damage boost target. Maybe Genji, but it's like you're kind of just out comping them right now. So you know they're gonna come up. I would definitely communicate for Lucio to try to speed boost you in on somebody right now. Like that Lucio was isolated in that back room, perhaps. Yep, watch playing by the ledge with Lucios can get sketchy. Kill on Ryan. He once again just gets like no help. Very little help. He had Mercy Beam on him, but it's Mercy Beam, so fine. I would shout and go on that Genji. He was at low health. Maybe he could have run up there and confirmed the kill. I don't know if he had cooldowns or not, but this is fine. You're playing point. You could play up in that hallway at around that corner. Junker Queen is super good at close range, so like anywhere at close range, then you could fall back to point perhaps. Watch the ledge with Lucio. Decent ult on the Rhine. He'll probably die. This is a little risky just because, like, You have both DPS. I'd be surprised if you didn't die here. Okay, like, once again, in a higher rank, you definitely would have died there, I would say. Oh my god, their Lucio hit a nearly double person boot. So you like close range. The only thing that can beat you at close range really is Reaper. Watch the boot. Yup. That Genji is wrecked. So there's really no need to shout there. I mean, it is towards the end of the round, but I'm pretty sure you end up losing this somehow. I mean, this looks like a sealed game. Especially with that Ryan. I mean, that Ryan is just... He should have swapped a while ago. He's really struggling. Decently big Reaper ult. Shout can also save your teammates pretty effectively if you use it correctly. So that's fine. They had ults since you got it to 99. This should be a one-fight cleanup and then the game. Let's see, did anybody switch comps? No, they're still on the same kind of not the best comp in my opinion. It's okay. The Lucio Reaper Rhine is good. If they can speed on your team. Yeah, this is not really a good challenge. This is only something I would challenge if you had like your team right behind you. Genji feeds. Good ult, except I mean you have your team here. But like, let's talk about this ult for a sec. So, you pick up a kill. You have a good sight line. Except you're at 147 health. And your shout is on mega cooldown. You're not going to get it back soon. Like, Junker Queen struggles with her ult actually at higher ranks. Just because people will melt you. Since it auto puts you in the back line, basically. People will just focus you down right away. So it's good to either have shout or communicate with your team that you're going in. So you hit this, so you start to get the mega self heals, and then Lucio helps you out. But this very easily could have ended in a death. I normally wait till I have shout to go in with a full ult there. Ryan's weak, but I would maybe focus the Mercy. Nice, you can just out-damage the Mercy Beam. It's really not that hard to. Genji's weak. Try to go after him. What you really need to kill is the supports, though. So this is a target priority issue why you're losing this fight. You need to go after that Mercy, and now she's ulted, and now they're going to turn the fight back towards them, it seems like. Their Lucio also got a boot, so this is target priority. Always focus supports first, especially as Junker Queen. You want to just go in on the back line and get the supports. So they do end up turning the fight there. That is probably just, yeah, just a target priority kind of thing. Lucio and Mercy would have been pretty easy to kill there. That's fine, once again. You're coming up on another ult for last fight. So you're going to want to make it valuable. You're looking, alright. You're speeding in on point. This is fine. Baited out Rhine charge. Oh, unfortunately it's a shatter. Okay, so that was a decently big ult. Solid. But your team kind of gets wiped out. You get booped. You know, it's whatever. They had Lucio on that map. They had Rhine on that map. A lot of boops were hit. Unfortunate. Let's go to the next one. I would say you probably could have won this game. You definitely could have won this game in this fight. Let's just take a look at it again. This fight should have been pretty easy win. So you killed the Genji, you ult in their back line. Reaper goes down. Their Lucio finds a boop. Their Mercy finds a res. Okay. This is the issue here. You are just too tunnel visioned on Rhine. And the Junker Queen versus Rhine matchup is good because you can get in close to his face and just kind of fuck him up before he can fuck you up. But that Lucio was 1 and Mercy found a res. So now things are back towards becoming even again. And see, look. You see the Mercy fly by, but you still go for Rhine even though you see the beam. And yes, you can out-damage the beam, but sometimes it can be difficult to get around the Rhine barrier. Lucio's once again right here at like nearly half health. Rhine goes down. Now you're focusing Lucio, but he just boops you away. Going after Genji there is fine just because he's super low. You just went after Ryan too long. Lucio finds another boop. The supports. Mercy is keeping this Genji up. He survives. And now she has ult, and that's where you lose the fight. So you really just needed to focus supports there, and that would have won you the game. But let's see how this last round plays out. Okay, so you go into Doom here, which I think is probably better for this map, just because this map is so long range, and they generally have a Widow. And Junker Queen really can't do anything against Widow on this map. Doom you can, though. Widow is just free. Yep, they switched to Widow. Just because she's just so free on this map. Okay. Alright. So, this is not good. You come up here, and you block the Fire Strike. That's good. You're almost at your charge, and there's Lucio shots coming in at you. But you hide from them. Why are you taking cover when you have your block up? This is a free power punch right off the bat. Boom, and then boom. The Lucios would have finished you off. You should not be hiding when you're blocking like this, trying to charge a punch. Block can be good like this in the beginning of the round as well if you think you can get a free punch. Like, I mean, you had an opportunity here too, but block can also be used just as a damage negator. It's almost better to use it as a damage negator than to try to get your punch. Anyway, just a little misplay there in the beginning. That's fine. You miss out on a punch. That's okay. You recognize that they have a Widow. Okay. She's oblivious, but that was also not the play to make. You could get to her with just a dive. You don't need to dive punch in. This is a full commit, and once again in higher ranks, look, you don't have any cooldowns. They will, in higher ranks, like Diamond, like even Diamond and Masters, they will call you out and you will be dead instantly. They will peel for this Widow, and they know you don't have cooldowns, so they will just empty into you. I mean, the Ryan tried to help, but it wasn't the look. Anyway, you get the kill, so decent play. You had the right idea. You get out. Your Zen is getting farmed by Reaper, unfortunately. Your Sim gets wrecked. I think they're just gonna clean this up here. Yeah, the damage boosted Reaper is pretty brutal. Just as a tank player in general. Reaper, like certain characters, Reaper, Bastion, the tank killers, you just want to stay away from. Orisa is not good against Reaper. You might be able to bully their Rhine, but now the Widow is totally free to do whatever she wants. And the Reaper can pretty much just destroy you as Orisa, I'm not gonna lie. Reaper is very good against Orisa just because she's got a large hitbox, and when she's not fortified, she's easy to hit headshots on. She just takes a lot of damage. So I would have stayed Doom or even just gone Junker Queen. Back to Junker Queen. Oh, your Sombra does get a pick on Widow, so that's good. You're going to want to look to try to push through here. Maybe confirm a kill on this Reaper. Okay. You could confirm a kill on this Reaper. You just choose not to. Basically. He's isolated. This is good. You have the right idea. He's isolated and he's half health. You have a Javelin. If you pin him to the wall, it's an insta-kill. With Orisa, you really want to look for the Javelins because they will confirm you kills a majority of the time. Like, players in high ranks, and even in Plat, I mean, Orisa just does not do a lot of damage with her gun. So most of the time, you do have to confirm your kills with a Javelin pin against the wall. You had the right idea, focusing out this Reaper, but you just weren't aware of your cooldown, I guess. It's unfortunate. You're going to continue to bully the Rhine as you have all game. Good ult, because he's low. Boom. I don't know what happened there. You survived. But, she got the res off. Alright, Mercy dies for that res anyway. Lucio's discorded, so you're going to want to focus him, and you are. He's off. Yep. Fortifying movement on the Rhine. Nice. This Discord is really helping right now. You're cleaning up. I don't know what you're doing. You can hold up a little bit as well. You don't have to always hold point. You're playing point way too much, I think. Like, you could play the corner right in front of you and then fall back to point. Same with the last couple maps. You've been playing point, which is it's fine depending on what comp you have, but you could play up and because you're letting them have all this free space in front of you. Like, where they're pushed in right now is where your team should be. Nice kill on Mercy. Kind of a little flank kill on Orisa. Once again, you're cleaning up. He switched off Widow because he was just hitting no shots. You maybe could have cleaned up that junk if you were a little more aggressive, but you really are just stuck to point. I would just leave point more. As like a Masters on damage, I guess the positioning on damage is a little different depending on what characters you play. Although I thought you would play up a little bit. So you're giving them all this free space. They're already fighting at point where you could be fighting here and then fall back to point, and it saves you a little bit of time and it'll get you more percent. Lucio pictures Zen, but he dies for it. They're bullying Ryan here, which is fine. Although Junkrat, yep, free kill on the left. He has no support. I would just empty into the Ryan shield with the Bastion just to break it so Bastion can get through. Okay. Right here. He is 1 health, and you have ult, and Orisa ult basically will destroy Ryan if he doesn't have charge, because it goes through shield. So I would have spear twirled up there and maybe ulted him to finish him off. Here I would ult, try to get the Mercy and just contest. You do ult, but it might be too late at this point. You force out beat. I'd say that's a decent trade. Okay, you trans. They have Valk up, so you're just focusing the other tank too much. This is actually a super common problem with people who are like inexperienced with tanks, and this is exactly what I used to do on tank and damage. Actually, I would just shoot at the tank like way too much, and that's what you're doing here. Like, you will never kill a Reinhardt alone as Orisa. You just do not do enough damage. You should be focusing squishies. I mean, there's so many other targets around you right now. Like, this Lucio was hacked. This Junkrat is back here alone. There's so many targets you could focus besides this Ryan. But you're a little tunnel visioned on him. So 2 things I would say are some of the main problems. You don't play up enough. You're stuck to point a little too much. Your positioning is a little questionable on the tanks. And then you focus the other tank just a little too much, which is fine. Like, target priority in that last fight would have won you the game if you had focused the supports. So remember to focus on squishies. It's fine to match their tank. It's fine to match their tank if they're like walking on your team and you need to protect your team. But if your team isn't in danger from their tank, go after squishies. I see, this was a close game, but it looks like they're gonna wrap it up here with a few ults. Honestly, quite an unfortunate game. I would be frustrated if I lost this one. This is just playing out very slowly. Sombra actually picks up a kill on Ryan, but Mercy reses it, and that's going to be the game. Alright, like I said, main things here, really just target priority. Don't be so tunnel visioned on the other tank. I mean, it's okay, like I said, to match their tank and let the squishies duel it out. With the tank, you have so much power to have impact on the game as a whole. So you just really got to focus the squishies, especially the supports. Junker Queen, you're looking to get in, get a kill on a support, and get out either with shouting into their backline and trying to get an axe off, or by knifing them into your team. This whole game is fine. You didn't play terrible. You really didn't. You had a shit ton of elims and not that many deaths compared to your team. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I mean, it's just a positioning target priority thing, I believe, because their comp really wasn't that good. I mean, they had nothing that could truly shut you down. Like, their Lucio could boop you away a little bit, but like, what is that gonna do? They didn't have a purple. They didn't have Discord. So it's like this game was a tank's playground, which is why you got so many elims. But very close game. Definitely keep at it. It's good that you're rounding out your Overwatch abilities by playing tank, even though you main damage, I assume. Tank is a tough role. Tank really is a tough role. You need to focus on a lot. I mean, you're basically the team leader, So you call a lot of the shots. You create a lot of opportunities. You create all the opportunities really for your DPS and support to make plays. But anyway, decent game. Unfortunate loss. Very, very, very close. 99 all rounds. But anyway, if you guys want coaching, please like and subscribe, and please comment below. You can comment below a replay code. I'll take a look at it, and we could even hook up in Discord if you want to ask questions. But anyway, this has been EggsIsmell. Peace.